Welcome back. This is M-Dog. We are finally fishing at the level 30 map. Iran, Caspian Sea. It is indeed a big sea map. Oh, look at that. So out here, there's actually a fish market. That's cool. I hadn't noticed that before. Oh, wait. There's multiple. There's one up here as well on this island. That's pretty neat. Well, this is the only fishing I've done so far here in Iran, and but I think it's probably an important first step. Okay, so let me just draw your attention to this. On squid, we just call it a flat-headed mullet. If I go to the cutting table, the important thing here is some of the fish that you can catch on squid, the mullet single, can come in small enough to turn into sea live bait. However, squid is a harder bait to come by than the baits that we're catching the goby on. So we're going to target goby. The goby come in plenty quick. We don't have to use squid to get those. We can just turn our goby into the bait. As you can see on worm and bloodworm, we're getting them at a really decent rate here. You are catching, there's some off catch. It's not a goby every time, which this won't be a goby. That's a vobla, which is probably the fish you catch most often besides goby, but there are other ones as well if you stay here long enough. So we'll just catch a few. We'll turn them into live sea bait. But the whole reason for doing this is it is a bait that's fairly easy to get. The live sea bait, that is. And the idea is, though I haven't tried it yet, there's another fish we'll catch on bloodworms or worms, is the rudd. I haven't tried it yet myself. We'll probably have multiple videos, if not at least a couple, if not more, of this map, because this is the first time I've been here, having finally hit level 30. However, if you look on the map, which there are tons of fish on this lake, but what we're going to be going for is, I think in particular, the sea zander and the spotted bass, or whatever they're called, sea bass striped. I think those two fish in particular will often come in on the live sea bait that we're collecting. And so because I wanted to target those fish and just go out in a boat and be able to bottom fish, maybe do a little bit of spin fishing, but mostly bottom fish on the live sea bait, that led me down the path of figuring out, okay, well, how do we get these live sea bait? And so that's how we got to this point of fishing for primarily goby here, right off the dock. And I mean, as you can see, we're at 130, 244. I don't think it matters. I think, and there's perhaps plenty of places on the map where you could catch these little goby. But I especially think anywhere down here on this dock where you spawn is fine. You spawn just a few feet northeast of where I'm standing. But look at how many goby we're catching. One thing I don't understand, and maybe someone can explain it to me, is why if I look at the auction house right now, bait fish is on the auction house, 17 silver a bait fish, right? Why isn't what we're making here, the live sea bait fish, basically is what they are, available in the auction house? Is there a reason? Like, can you purchase these somewhere? These live sea bait? I mean, look at this. We're already up to 13 just in this couple minutes we've been fishing. Can you purchase them somewhere? Or is it just that they just haven't been added yet and eventually will? I'm sure there's some places where you can farm regular bait fish just as easily as this, but I I've been pretty impressed / excited about how easy it is to get these. And the other thing that's helpful to remember is that as it was today, you will sometimes have a daily to come catch these fish. And so talking about an easy daily, I mean, that's the first thing when I got here. I saw daily Goby. So I started looking into it, figured out, okay, oh, you can make those baits with these. And what are those baits good for? Okay, those baits are good for these fish. And so, but look at that. 3 angler tokens, 776 silver, and over 13,000 XP for catching a few Goby. So kind of crazy. Always keep an eye on those daily quests, especially up here at these higher level places. You can really do some quick damage. So since premium is currently active for me, we can do the sort of crafting all into live sea bait, which it is interesting to notice some of these also do qualify for bait fish, 250 grams. But for sea bait, as long as it's the right type of fish, I guess, anything up to 300 grams. So let's just create all, see how many we get here. I wonder if you ever get more than one. Looks like 1 per is going to be, so 15 right there. And so from doing this earlier and now doing it now, we have how many? 44. Oh man, we can go fish for a while. It'll take a long time to go through 44 for me, I bet. Unless I really have a good time. I mean, I don't know how good of a XP silver experience this is going to be. But I also want to see if it's any good at night. So we'll probably go start that soon. But one thing I did want to come back to that I... let's check cutting table here. So sea bait, let's do that one. Any of these we want to turn into fish pieces? Probably not. As you'll see, the other fish we're catching aren't really worth much. I mean, these large rudd add up a little bit. These vobla don't really amount to much. So this is not, we're not earning silver, we're earning bait, but that bait will hopefully translate some decent silver. So as a little bonus, since you've been hanging out so long, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the more expensive fly rod. At least from what I've been able to tell, this is the top end fly rod. I haven't seen anything better anywhere else. We've made so much silver lately. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. After this, I think what we're saving for is going to be the next carp rod that we purchase, which I think I'll get the one. I don't think I'm going to go for the big one. I haven't decided for sure, but I think I'm going to go for this one. The heavy one. That's 24,500 silver. Like, that feels more reasonable to save up for. And then, if I'm reading this correctly, this spinning reel should work, which I've never used a Cobra reel. So I'm excited to try that. It's 21,000. Decent amount of spool. The Cobra RSL 40. The thing that would be comparative to that is this. But I think this is still a spinning reel that we can use on the... I guess I need to make sure. Some of this is different. If anybody knows, can you use the Cobra reels on a carp rod? Or is it safer? Should I just go with the Salamo S Fox? It's very, very similar, honestly, in terms of price and everything. So I think that's what we're going to do. But let's go ahead and... all right, we've done our work here. We're gonna stop catching gobies. That's enough gobies for right now. Ooh, hey. Interesting. This is a little larger. Is that a rudd? It's probably a rudd, isn't it? Yeah. That is a decent sized rudd, though. Actually. Alright, so we've got yet another sea live bait, and I bet that'll be a, okay, yeah, 4.6 silver. Okay, so what are we getting? We're going to get a fly rod. So we need the fly rod. This goes up to 18 kilos strength. I can't wait to try this thing out sometime. We'll have to figure out a good spot even if we go back to Poland. And then we need the green or yellow or orange. I want to see what yellow looks like. So we'll get the yellow 17.8 strength line. And we need the big boy 18 kilo fly fishing reel. And then we should have a fly. Uh-oh. Do they not have it here? I believe that you still want the fly leader, right? It should be here. It's not that kind of leader, though. Do they sell the... Maybe they sell those somewhere else. 100 pieces, 200 kg maximum weight. Is that what we have, by the way? 100, 150. Okay, we don't have quite that strong a one. It's close, but... Okay, I just don't see it. So that might mean that... Let's see. It's not under the flies, right? Okay, we might have to... We might have to look elsewhere. All right, let's look at the fly rod. Yeah, see, you can put a leader on these, but we don't have one. Okay, so I'll have to find where that leader is. It's got to be somewhere. I don't know why this is taking so long to get a bite. I think these gobies will bite all night from what I was seeing earlier when we did this for a little while. Okay, so that'll do it. Next, we go out on the boat. Next, we go out on the boat with our carp rods, throw some live bait fish on there, and see what we catch. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. We'll make another video soon and see how it's going. Thanks for watching.